There's never been a hooker quite like Dane Coles. The fiery competitor from the Kapiti Coast didn't just play rugby, he reinvented it. He turned the number 2 jersey into something dangerous, unpredictable and electrifying. Coles wasn't built like a tank or height like a superstar, but when the whistle blew, he was everywhere, smashing tackles, sprinting through gaps and throwing passes most backs wouldn't even dare. He took a position built on brute strength and gave it flair, speed and precision. Every time Coles stepped into the field, you knew something explosive could happen. Born on December 10, 1986 in Paraparaumu on New Zealand's Kapiti Coast, Dane Stuart Coles grew up in a region known for its rugby heart. From his early days at Paraparaumu College and later Wellington College, it was clear he wasn't just another forward who thrived on brute force. He was sharp, agile and had an instinct feel for the space, rare qualities for a front row player. After climbing the local rugby ranks, Coles made his provincial debut for Wellington in 2007, a time when New Zealand rugby was stacked with veteran forwards and young talent fighting for recognition. 2 years later, in 2009, he joined the Hurricanes in the Super Rugby, setting the stage for a career that would blend skill and pure intensity. Coles made his All Blacks debut in November 2012 against Scotland. From that moment, fans noticed something different. Most hookers focused on set pieces and breakdown work. Coles, however, seemed everywhere. He chased kicks, joined attacking lines, and even threw in pinpoint passes and split defences. At 1.8 metres tall and weighing around 108 kilograms, he wasn't the most imposing hooker physically, but his speed and endurance gave the All Blacks a new weapon. It was like having an extra loose forward who could throw lineouts and run 40-metre support lines. That mobility became his signature. When other hookers waited for the next scrum, Coles looked for the next opportunity. His ability to pop up in unexpected places made opposition teams nervous. Defenders couldn't just focus on the backs because suddenly there was Dane Coles tearing through a gap or finishing a try like a winger. His 2013 to 2016 run with the All Blacks showcased some of the most complete performances ever seen from a number 2. He wasn't part of the machine, he added flair to it. The pinnacle came in 2015 when Coles was part of the All Blacks squad that captured back-to-back Rugby World Cups, solidifying their dominance. His aggressive defence, combined with his ability to play at high tempo, fit perfectly into the team's evolving style. Coles wasn't just keeping up with the game, he was pushing it forward. When he captained the Hurricanes in 2016 and led them to their first ever Super Rugby title, his leadership and energy became undeniable. He wasn't a loud captain, but his presence demanded attention. He inspired his teammates by doing the hard mahi, by hitting the rucks, defending relentlessly and still having the lungs to score a try or assist where the opportunity appeared. By this point, rugby analysts started talking about Coles as something unique, the prototype of the modern hooker. Before him, the position was dominated by scrummaging specialists. After him, teams around the world began searching for hookers who could run, pass and link play just like him. In many ways, Coles forced a tactical evolution. Over the span of his career, Coles earned 84 test caps for the All Blacks, scoring 20 tries, that's 100 points, which places him among the top try-scoring forwards in New Zealand history. For a hooker, whose numbers are staggering. He became known not only for his accuracy at set piece, but for how seamlessly he could turn defence into attack. One moment he'd be throwing a line out in his own half, and seconds later he'd appear on the wing, backing up a break and finishing under the post. It was chaos, controlled, calculated chaos, the kind that wins championships. But his strengths went beyond just the physical. Coles brought a fierce competitive edge that broadened and an emotion. He played with passion, and sometimes that fire boiled over. Whether it was a confrontation with an opponent or a frustrated shove at the breakdown, Coles' intensity was raw and real. Fans loved it because it showed how much he cared. He was never the kind of player to coast through a match. He fought for every metre and every moment. In 2016, his impact was officially recognised when he won the Māori Rugby Player of the Year award, taking home the Tom French Cup. He'd become not just a standout athlete, but a cultural representative of Māori pride in the sport. His roots of Ngāti Porou and Kapiti region remain important throughout his career, grounding him as fame and expectations grew. But every career, even the great ones, come with its own battles. In 2017, Coles faced one of the toughest challenges when he tore his ACL. It was a brutal injury, one that sidelined him for nearly a full year and cast doubt on whether he'd ever return to his explosive best. For a player whose style relied on speed and agility, a knee injury that could have ended everything. He missed the entire 2018 Super Rugby season, a year that tested his patience and resilience more than any opponent ever could. Recovery was slow, but true to form, Coles didn't disappear. He came back fitter, smarter, and just as dangerous. Even though he wasn't a starter in the later stages of his career, he became a mentor for the new generations of All Blacks hookers like Cody Taylor and Samisoni Tukuiaho. His leadership and experience provided stability during times of transition. When he stepped into the field again, he wasn't just playing, he was teaching, leading by example and setting a standard for what professionalism and toughness looked like. Still, as time went on, competition within the All Blacks setup intensified. Younger hookers brought fresh energy, and Coles had to adjust from being an automatic selection to being used strategically. But he handled it with maturity, understanding his role in the bigger picture. Whether starting or coming off the bench, he made an impact every time. That adaptability is what extended his career and far beyond what most forwards manage at international level. Coles' strengths were clear: blistering pace for a front rower, precision passing, a natural sense of timing, and leadership that spoke through actions rather than words. His weaknesses, if you could call them that, come from the same source as his fire. His passion sometimes tipped into frustration, leading to the occasional penalty or heated moment. But that intensity was part of what made him effective. When Coles played, the team lifted. His energy was contagious, his drive infectious. He played like every match mattered, because for him, it did. Off the field, Coles was known as a humble and loyal man, deeply connected to his family and roots. Despite all the fame and success, he stayed true to the small-town values he grew up with. He was never interested in the spotlight for the sake of it. He cared about performance and pride. When he finally announced his retirement at the end of the 2023 season, it felt like the closing chapter of a remarkable era, not just for the Hurricanes of the All Blacks, but for New Zealand rugby as a whole. After hanging up his boots, Coles continued to contribute to the game, taking up a role in the Wellington Lions and sharing his knowledge with the next generation of players. His transition into coaching seemed natural. The same vision that allowed him to see space on the field helped him guide others to find their own. For younger players coming through, learning from someone who had literally helped reshape the modern rugby was an invaluable opportunity. When you look back at his career, you realise that Dane Coles didn't just play rugby, he left a blueprint. A blueprint for how to evolve, adapt, and lead with purpose. He showed that innovation in sport doesn't always come from superstars or record breakers. Sometimes it comes from players who are willing to do things differently, who take risks, break molds, and set new standards. Coles' career reminds us that greatness isn't just about highlights, it's about influence. And his influence is visible every time a modern hooker breaks into open space, throws a quick pass, or dives over the line like a back. Ever wanted to create your own Rugby Highlights channel just like this one? With my course, the YouTube Creator Toolkit, I show you exactly how I do it, from the tools I use to the templates I built. You get everything. Just copy, paste, and start creating. Learn how to grow your channel, keep viewers hooked, and turn views into income. Click the link in the description below to learn more and start your channel today. Now back to the video. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown of Dane Coles and his impact on the game, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more rugby stories just like this. See you next time, guys. Peace!